Hello, this is Mike Kincaid, and I'm here with 3 other people at the Southern Oregon Interaction Area in Southern Oregon. And I'm here with
Dr. Daniel Riley.
and
Jackie Davis.
it is September 29th. We got here last night. It was September 28th, and we are currently right now we are sitting in the 12 o'clock position of SOIA. And did anything happen yesterday?
Yes, quite a bit.
Quite a bit.
For a first night, it was amazing.
For the first night, it was amazing. Yeah, it was amazing.
Yes,
So,
it was.
Dan, what did you experience last
I will
night?
start off, and I'm going to refer to my notes a little bit.
Yeah, just like a doctor.
So, yes. So we got here in the evening, and we got everything set up. And Jackie and I were walking up the road a little ways, and she was sort of seeing some things. But I was hearing way down low in the bushes what sounded like distinct grasshopper noises. Little all along. For a little while, we played Celtic music, and Jackie did a big dance, and I was doing kind of a jig around here. And then I had this urge that, after a while, that we needed to listen to Vince Gill singing Go Rest High on That Mountain. It's a beautiful kind of spiritual song. And it just kept coming to me over and over that we need to put this on. So we did, and I was standing and singing along with it. And when I started the second verse, there was a big, loud pop over here in the 1 to 2 o'clock position. It was unmistakable. Everybody heard it. Okay, now, let's see. Later, we had 4 chairs set up in the 12 o'clock position, facing into the woods. We were laughing and joking, and Mike was doing a good job poking fun, and all of a sudden, Mike had no sooner announced that he was now going to pay closer attention to all the little signs when a friggin' Xanu walked right across in front of us, maybe 20 feet away. It was incredible. I did not have visuals of his body, but you could tell each step because of the loud crunching of the twigs under each footstep. It unnerved me. I was a little scared, so I reached around and grabbed Samara's hand, said, "Can I hold your hand?"
Yes, I should point out Samara is here as well. She's taking care of her bedding, and she's not feeling all that great, so she's here too.
So around bedtime, I placed 2 tarp clamps that were unused. I placed them underneath my cot, and I placed a polished Amazonite stone in my sleeping bag with me, which I intended to gift them. I don't recall experiencing being touched during the night. While I was still in the cot in the morning, it felt as if someone was repeatedly pushing down on the side of my cot, like right in the middle, like just gently pushing it down over and over. But I couldn't see anything. When I did get up, I found one of the large clamps about 2 feet away from where I had left it during the night. The gifting stone I couldn't find anywhere in my sleeping bag and blanket. Well, I looked around and I found it clear over to the left side of the cot on the ground. Now, The strange thing is, I had placed it inside the longitudinal fold of that blanket that was around my sleeping bag, and it was inside there. So there's no way that stone could have fallen out to that side of the cot. I don't know how it got on the ground. This morning, we were up milling around and chatting, and heard two large pops. Let's see, I guess about the, 1 o'clock position. It was over that way, yes. Then we took off for a long walk and hike up the Council of 12 Ridge. We went off during the day and did some fun things in town, had a good meal. We get back here, and Jackie and I are lounging in chairs that we set up again at the 12 o'clock position, and I sat down here to jot down my notes of what has happened so far. We weren't sitting here more than 10 minutes, and right behind me, there's a loud pop, crack sound, and like something dropped out of a tree.
Cool.
That's my story.
That's your story, and you're sticking to it.
I'm sticking to it.
And sticking to it. All right, well, that's cool. Jackie, what did you experience?
This is only day one, folks. So as we're sitting here, we're hearing a few crackles in the woods at the 12 o'clock position right behind us. But we came in, unpacked, followed the protocol, put on some beautiful Celtic music. I went up the road to the 10 o'clock position and started dancing with the music. And as my eyes got adjusted to the woods, there was this like 8-9 foot tall squatch right in there, swaying back and forth and kind of dancing with me. Samara said she saw all kinds of lights over there. I don't know if you did that, but and then I'll just succinct it. I was sitting right over here in the woods in the 12 o'clock area, and about 10 feet away from me, big regular footprints walked right near my chair. It was on the edge right near the forest. So I think it was a male. It felt like a male energy, but he was standing there listening to the party the whole time. And it was really cool. So then about 2 o'clock in the morning, I woke up and Dan was talking in his sleep going, Nipkia, Nipkia. Who's Nipkia?
I was asleep. I don't remember any of that. Who is Nipkia? You want me to say that?
Nipkia's Chatty Cathy, right?
Nipkia's Chatty Cathy.
Okay.
Yes.
And then he said he didn't hear any footsteps, but right at the corner of his cot, near his head, on the right side, there were footprints. So, and then about 3 in the morning, I'm all tucked in like a burrito because, we're worried about moisture. All my tarps were forcibly pulled off, and they were somewhat clamped down, pulled off me entirely and put on the ground, and I was told to lay outside the covers, lie down, and receive a healing. So I did that. I could feel them working on my, body, and then I fell asleep. But in the morning, all the tarps were put back neatly in place and pulled over my head. I woke up that way. So
I remember hearing the tarps moving around then. Yeah,
they
that was
were
interesting.
actually pulled down. So
Yeah.
that's my story for day one.
Actually, I heard some of the tarps moving too. And I want to remind Jackie that, unusual for her, she got up this morning and felt fully rested and rejuvenated.
Yes, I need coffee and an hour of staring off into space, and we were hiking up the road and up to the Council at 12 Hill and felt wonderful.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I guess it's my turn. Okay, so what I heard, since I don't seem to see everything. I'm here with two psychic women who can go like, there's energy over there and there's energy over here, and I'm like, I don't see any of it. So I'm a little challenged in the energy sense. But I came over here to the 12 o'clock position with Samara later on. But prior to that, when Dan was talking about hearing the pops in the trees in the distance, then I started listening, and I heard something drop out of a tree. I mean, it sounded like crack, pop, like thud, something landed. And so that was kind of like the start of my evening of, wow, okay, something's here. And So Samara was over here, and I was over here with her, and she was cold, so I got her some blankets, and we were keeping her warm, and we were talking about the forest, and then everybody else joined us over here, and we were talking about whatever, and then I thought, I should just say, thank you for inviting us, and that I'm on a journey, and that I'm going to try harder, and then I'm going to pay attention to the small stuff. And then, but I really love those foot stomps. Oh, that's really cool. I really love foot stomps. And then I kind of went back and said a few more things. And then I circled back. And when I circled back to the topic of, but I really understand that I need to start paying attention to the small, subtle stuff. Well, wouldn't you know it, instead of paying attention to the small, subtle stuff, like they said, something steps right here out of these bushes. And steps, and then I think it probably just went into this tree or behind this tree. It just walked right in front of us. All four of us were not facing in this direction. We were facing in that direction.
Towards it.
And it was just like, okay, Mike, and you guys, here I go. And it just cruised right in front of us. And Samara says she could see maybe from the waist down. I didn't see anything. First thought in my head was, is that a deer? There's no way a deer would have snuck up on us in here. Is that a bear? That was the first step. And then I'm like, no, there's nothing there. And we just heard it cruise about 20 feet away. And I'm just stunned. I'm like, well, that's what I came here for. It was cool. All four of us heard it. Right, Dan?
Yes.
We did. More to come.
It was awesome for our first night. That was really, really awesome. So, sorry, Matt. I wish you were here. You could have seen that. At least we've got the official mascot of Team Squatching USA. Zeus.
You goof.
All right, we're signing off. Goodbye.